Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy new year to all of you, and I want to say thank you once again for all of your love and support you guys give me on my videos. So for this look, I'm going to show you, well, I'm starting basically every video the same way. Let me know if you still want to see this particular part, what's happening with my eyebrow, the way I carve my eyebrow and do my eye base and everything. It's exactly the same as all my previous videos. If you don't want to see this, I'm more than happy to skip it. The only different thing I did in this video is because I have a little bit of a blue like greenness going on the inner corner of my eye, so I've just applied some Kevyn Aucoin Sensual concealer, which is a little bit heavy full coverage concealer on the corner of my eye before I started the eye look, so that area is already covered. For my eyeshadow palette, I'm using Too Faced Best Ever 2018 eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to apply the shade. So yeah, I'm going to apply the shade Snow Day, which is kind of like really nice. It's not skin tone because it has a little bit of a pink undertone, so I just use that for my brow highlight. For my transition shade, I'm using Love Actually, which is a really nice pinkishy shade from the palette. Now I'm picking up the shade Unwrap Me, which is a really nice fuchsia pink shade from the palette, and I'm going to apply this in my crease and also in the inner corner and outer corner of my eye. So I'm basically doing a halo effect. And I'm just blending this with my Morphe Precise blending brush. Well, this is not the exact name of this brush, but I feel this brush is really precise for the crease blending, and it's from the Rose Gold collection, by the way. There's no number on it, it's just a Rose Gold collection. And I'm also keeping a clean blending brush to make sure there are no harsh line between the transition shade and this shade. And to cover the remaining part of the lid, I'm using Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, and this is in number 9, and I'm picking up the shade Glam Green, which is absolutely freaking stunning shade. It's so gorgeous. I'm a huge fan of Natasha Denona palettes anyway, even though the holiday ones were a little bit disappointment, but still the quality was still very good. So yeah, I've just picked up the green Glam shade and I've just applied that in middle of my lid, and as usual I'm using my Guerlain liquid liner, and this is in shade Jet Black, and I really think I need to get a new one because I think I'm just running out, or it's just dried up a bit. And I'm creating the outer I'm creating my wing slightly thicker than what I usually do, because for this particular eye look I wanted my eyeliner to be extremely intense. For my primer, I use Becca Cosmetics primer. This is the Back Flashlight primer. I'm a huge fan of this primer. Again, it's really good. Usually I apply my primer with my hand, but I decided to do it with brush, and I'm doing a little bit, I won't say color correcting, but concealing, if you say. And I'm using a Benefit Cosmetics eye brightening concealer and the hydration concealer. So I've just applied the hydration concealer first, and I put the brightening concealer on my brush a little bit and blended everything together. For my foundation, I'm using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. Just a tip for this foundation, make sure you shake the bottle really well before you apply it, because the pigment sits on the bottom, and if you just take it out, it doesn't give you the same effect. And first layer, I'm doing it with my beauty blender. I've just applied it everywhere on my face, and I'm just blending this with my beauty blender. And I've done a second layer as well, but only on the area which I thought I required a little bit more coverage, and again I blended that with my beauty blender. And to set everything in my foundation, so it's just literally lock itself in, I'm using my Amore Pacific Skin Hydration Mist. You can use anything, if you can even skip this step if you want to, or you can use Urban Decay All Nighter makeup setting spray. For my highlight, I've used the bridge of my nose and the corners of my, or the sides of my nose with the Tarte Cosmetic shade Light Sand, and everywhere else I applied the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape in shade Light Medium. And for my concealer, I used MAC Cosmetics Pro Concealer in shade NC45 because I didn't want it a very harsh concealer contour for this look. I just wanted a little more subtle natural contour. But for my nose contour, I use Anastasia's foundation stick, and this is in shade Mink. And I'm going to blend everything with my beauty blender. And I'm going to blend everything with my beauty blender. You have to avoid a little bit of a background noise because I tried to voice over this video in the morning as well, but Sahiba is really active today and she's not going to take a nap, so I'm just going to do the voiceover now anyway. So if you hear her at the background, it's just because she's playing. And to blend my foundation, I'm using MAC Cosmetics, sorry, not foundation, my contour, I'm using MAC Cosmetics duo fiber brush, and this is in number 135. It's a really good brush to blend a cream or a liquid kind of contour product. It's really good. Well, it's really good to apply any liquid products. Just blends really nice. And to blend my nose contour, I'm using my Morphe contour brush, and I'm just blending everything. And now to set my under eye area, I'm using MAC Cosmetics Studio Fix in shade NC40. The step for my setting my face base and my eye base is always the same. I don't think I actually changed anything in this particular look either. I've just went, oh yeah, by the way, because I'm having a little bit of a dehydration problem under my eye area, and I'm having a little bit creasing, so I'm just I didn't put too much product under my eye area, just kept everything as little as possible. So the tip is, the less product you will have under your eye area, the less creasing you will have. To set my contour, I use MAC Studio Fix Plus in shade NC45 first, and then I just picked up the Sculpt shade from the Charlotte Tilbury Sculpt and Highlight palette, which I use in shade Medium, to make the top of my contour a little sharp but everything else quite natural. And I use the Sculpt shade from the Charlotte Tilbury palette to set my nose contour as well. For my highlight, I use the Charlotte Tilbury highlighter from her Sculpt and Highlight palette, and I apply that with my Anastasia brush. And also I just apply damp my Anastasia brush with my Skin Mist from Amore Pacific first, before putting a powder on it. And with the more precise brush, I'm just doing a nose of my bridge and the cupid bow, basically all the little area. I use the most precise brush. This is the eyeshadow brush from Morphe. I'll write down exact number in the description box below. And for the blush, I use Tarte Cosmetics blush in shade Paaarty. And this blush, I've been using it in past few videos now. I've been using it on quite a lot on daily basis as well, because I'm literally in love with this shade. It's so, I love it. It's really nice pink tone, but with a bit of an undertone of mauve and everything. Is absolutely stunning. So for the lower lash line, I picked up the shade Pine Cone first with the Sigma Tight Line brush, and I've just applied that, and I'm going to buff that out with the shape Unwrap Me and Love Actually. So I'm basically doing exactly what I did for my transition shade and my crease and everything. So basically following the same steps. For waterline, I've used a Maybelline Master Gel Drama eyeliner in shade Jet Black, and I've added a slight black shade which is called Black Tie from the Too Faced palette in the outer corner of my eye. So just in the outer corner, I didn't put it anywhere else, just to make a little bit more smoky effect in the outer V. I've just applied a little bit. Now I'm using a Too Faced glitter primer, and I'm applying that in my inner corner, but I'm going to use because I'm going to use a Too Faced glitter as well, and this is in shade Snow Fairy. It's a really nice white. When you see it, it's like you will think it's a white, but it has really nice pink reflexes, so it's absolutely amazing. I wanted a little bit chunky kind of glitter, and that's what I had in my mind when I started creating this look, but this particular glitter is really fine. It's very fine, so if you're not a fan of a chunky glitter, you might really like Too Faced glitters because they're really fine. And I'm also adding a silver shade from Natasha Denona palette, which is called Aluminium, just in the inner like very in the inner corner of my lower lash line. So I haven't applied that everywhere, just very tight amount in the inner corner. To set my brows, I'm using Anastasia's brow gel, and for my lashes I use Ardell Beauty lashes in style Demi Wispies. For my lip liner, for this particular look, I'm using by Terry lip liner. And for the liquid lipstick, I'm using Anastasia's Holiday Trio Pack, one of the colors from her trio pack, and this color is in shade Hudson. And to set everything in place, I use my Amore Pacific Skin Hydration Mist. Hope you guys like this first look of 2018. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Have a lovely day everybody, and be safe, and love you all. Bye.